What's up, people? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. So, welcome to the first edition of many of SoapBuzz TV. I told you yesterday I was planning on doing this, and there's a lot of good news out there. Some bad, some rumors, but there's a lot of soap news out there. So, welcome. Let's get into the first story of the day. The first newsworthy. This was big news. This was breaking news yesterday. Um, there was a lot of breaking news yesterday, but I'm gonna go with this one first. So, James DePaiva, legendary. If you've ever watched One Life to Live, you know who James DePaiva is. He was Max Holden on One Life to Live, on and off for a few years. I think his last appearance on that show before it was canceled was 2007. Um, and you may also know James DePaiva as the husband of Cassie DePaiva, who played Blair Kramer Manning on One Life to Live as well. Um, I think this is a huge coup for GH. I really do. Um, I'm gonna give my opinion on this, on how I'm mixed. I have a mixed view on James DePaiva joining GH. Not because I think he's bad. I think he's a very talented actor. Obviously, like I was a big Max Holden fan on One Life to Live. Uh, he's a great talent to get on this show. My only issue with this is uh we have a bloated cast on GH. Like we have people who are legacy characters on that show that's not getting proper airtime. I mean, we're finally getting John York on the show, back on the show, who played Mac. I believe he's popping up on today's episode, which is great. We haven't seen Mac in a long time. I just hope that they kind of trim the cast a little. You know what I mean? But there's rumors about who James DePaiva is playing. First, I hear that he may come back on as Max Holden. Then I hear he may be the new Jeff Weber. For those who don't know who Jeff Weber is, that is Elizabeth's father and also Hayden's father. So I hear he may be portraying him. The role apparently is top secret. They're keeping it on the hush. We don't know his air date. We don't know when he's coming on. We don't know what character. They're keeping it on the hush hush. So it's very confidential at this point. Like I said, welcome to James DePaiva. I'm happy he's coming on the show. I hope they give him a great character, and I can't wait to see him on the show. He's a great find. You don't get great actors like that, but GH has a lot of them. Too many of them, but they have a lot. So they're definitely winning in the talent pool as far as soaps go. They definitely have a lot of star power. But anyway, welcome to James DePaiva. On to the next. Kirsten Storms. So we have an update. Well, kind of an update. She was on Twitter. She said that she was actually coming back soon. She didn't give an air date, but she did say when she was on Twitter that she is currently shopping with the costume designer of General Hospital, shopping for some new clothes for Maxie. So she's definitely gearing up for her return. Um, a fan asked her on Twitter or Instagram when she was coming back, is she coming back soon? And she said, yes, she is coming back soon, very soon. As you all know, Kirsten Storms suffered severe depression. She's been off the show since March of this year. So it's been about 3 months, and I can't wait for Maxie to come back. I can't wait for Kirsten Storms to come back, definitely. I can't see anybody really playing Maxie other than Kirsten Storms. Like she's definitely Maxie. She's made even though she didn't originate the role, but she's definitely over the years has made that character hers. She's synonymous with the character. So you can't have Maxie without Kirsten Storm. So I'm happy that she's on her way back. I'm happy that she's healthy. She's feeling great. That's always a plus. So it's gonna be real great. I will keep everybody posted. If I find out an air date, I will let you know immediately. Um, so moving on from that, in other news, this is Bold and the Beautiful news. So I have my notes. It's a lot of stories, so I have to take notes so I remember. Um, B&B. So the Bold and the Beautiful alum Jennifer Finnegan, who played Bridget Forrester on the show, she is expecting her first child with her husband of 10 years, actor Jonathan Silverman. They've been married 10 years. They're expecting their first child together. She's very excited about it, as she should be. This is their first kid. She says, they've been trying for a while to have kids, and it finally happened. So she's ecstatic. And I want to say congratulations to Jennifer Finnegan and her husband, John Silverman, on their first child. They have not revealed the gender yet, but congratulations again. Now, this was major breaking news yesterday. Jean Passanante. For those that don't know Jean Passanante, and you GH fans know who Jean Passanante is, she's the co-head writer of General Hospital. Breaking news was she's decided to not renew her contract with the show, and she is retiring overall doing daytime soap operas. So she's definitely retiring after 27 years in the game. I have mixed feelings about Jean Passanante, and I'm gonna tell you why. I love Jean Passanante. I listen. I know Jean Passanante from she's done work on As the World Turns, General Hospital. Now she's done work on The Young and the Restless. She's done work on One Life to Live. So she's synonymous in the daytime drama series. She's synonymous in this realm. So she's definitely a cool lady. She's an excellent talent. I have some mixed feelings about the way she writes shows. I feel like her and Shelley Altman, I feel like they know how to start a show. Like they know how to start a story. They know how to do the beginning parts. But as far as break it down and ending it, I feel like that's where they lack. That's what they lack. Because a lot of the stories that they started out great. I'm not gonna say they weren't, but they were great. They started out, with a lot of momentum, but as they dragged it out, the ending of the story was a letdown. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's where that's not their strong suit is ending a story. You have to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I feel like the beginning is where they're strong, but the beginning and the middle is what they have a problem with. But she is a great writer, though. I will give her that. She is. And it's hard. Let me tell you something. I try my hardest to not be so critical of the writing team of soap operas because let me tell you something. I tip my hat off to them because even though I would love to be a part of the show, I would love to be a part of any daytime drama writing for their show because I have a lot of ideas. Um, um, Me personally, I would love to do it. But I tip my hat to them because I know how hard it is to write a soap opera. And I feel like some people just, they forget how tough it is. Like I say, I tip my hat to the writers and the crew and the actors. Like the actors, they have to read 80 pages of dialogue and memorize it word for word. I can't do no shit like that. I'm sorry, but I can't. So I tip my hat to them. The writers, you have to think about it. You can't be so hard on the writers. I try not to be, even though I come off sometimes tough on them, but I try my hardest not to because you have to figure this in. They have to write storylines for a bunch of characters 5 days out of the week, 5 days out the week, all year round. They're not like primetime series like Law and Order and Major Crimes where you get a hiatus. Daytime does not take a hiatus. Daytime soaps, they don't get a hiatus. They're on 5 days. They don't get that luxury of taking a couple of months off to regroup and refocus. They don't get that luxury. Um, like I said, primetime shows, they get seasons. They get seasons and stuff. Daytime soaps, they get seasons as well. Like I said, the only difference is they don't get to take a break. They got to write winter, summer, spring, fall. They have to write for all those seasons every day, 5 days a week, all year round. So that's tough, to stay current. And they do the best that they can. So, like I said, I tip my hat to them. And I want to say, congrats to Jean Passanante for retiring. She's, 27 years in the game, and she deserves it. She says part of that, she felt like the reason to retire and step back was because she just felt like it was the time. She's been on a lot of different soap operas. She's written for a lot of them. She just felt like it was time. Besides, she has a daughter in Europe that she wants to visit more often. So, not being in daytime anymore gives her that luxury to see her daughter more. And I respect that. So I just want to say, congrats to Jean on a happy retirement and starting this new journey. that she's starting. So big ups to her, and hope to see her in something maybe prime time soon. Now, as far as the fate of the General Hospital writing team, um, I don't know what they're planning on doing with that as far as Shelley, because she's now the sole head writer. Well, Jean Passanante is going to be still writing for the show up until August of this year. So by mid August, maybe late August, that's when she's done. But I don't know what the fate of the writing team is going to be after that. Maybe Shelley will take over as full head writer, or they're going to find another co-head writer. I'm not sure until we get more news about it. But I'm hoping for the best. I really am. And I wish Jean Passanante the best. In other news, tragedy has struck a General Hospital actor, Jean Passanante. I mean, not Jean. I'm sorry. I still got my mind on Jean Passanante. William DeVry, who plays Julian Jerome. So a few days ago, his dog, his 12-year-old Chihuahua, passed away. It got hit by a car while he was on his way. I believe he was on his way back from out of town. He was on the East Coast and he was traveling back to the West Coast when it happened. So there's been an outpouring of love and support from his GH co-stars like Laura Wright, Haley Poulos, Dominic Soprania, Haley Aaron. They've all, showed their love and support on Twitter for him and sadness over the loss of his Chihuahua. And he loved animals. Let me tell you something about William DeVry that people might not know. He actually spends a lot of his free time volunteering at pet shelters and stuff, dog shelters and stuff, trying to find these dogs a home, a good home. So that's, he's a big dog lover, like he's an animal lover. So it's sad that his dog died that way. Um, and prayers go out to him. It's a sad thing because when you're such an animal lover and you lose a pet, that's like losing a child. You know what I mean? So it's definitely difficult. I lost a couple pets in my life. Like my hamsters, they died back in like 2003 when I was like 10 years old. They died. I had like six of them because I had two. They had kids, so altogether I had six, and they all passed away. So that was tough. I was like a hamster grandfather basically. Um, in General Hospital news and the comings and goings of General Hospital, Vernee Watson. I don't know if you know about Vernee Watson. Vernee Watson played Vi Smith. I don't know if you're familiar with the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that ran from 1990 to 1996. It was starring Will Smith, Janet Hubert Whitten, Alfonso Ribeiro. If you know Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, then you know who Will Smith's mother was, Vi Smith, Vernee Watson. She's coming on the show, General Hospital. We don't know what role she's coming on, but she will be on the show soon. So look out for her. Um, in Days of Our Lives exits, as we all know, Vincent Irizarry, who plays Deimos, is leaving the show. I believe this summer, and we have an influx of cast coming in. I hear that there's going to be a lot of exits coming up on this show. Ariane Zucker is leaving, who plays Nicole. Um, Nicole Walker. She's leaving, I believe, by the end of this year. Then we have Allison Sweeney on her way back as Sammy. And then we have Chandler Massey coming back as Will Horton, the deceased Will Horton. I guess they're resurrecting the character. So with a lot of people coming back, they're gonna have a lot more exits coming. So they haven't revealed exactly who's leaving yet. As far as like the ones we don't know, they're gonna be revealing that soon. So Days, with Ron Carlivati coming in as the new head writer and stuff, there's gonna be a lot of changes. Definitely this summer, and by the end of the summer, by the end of the year, it's gonna be a lot of changes. So be on the lookout for that. Um, Now for B&B, Bold and the Beautiful comings and goings. As you know, Abba Babatunde, who plays Julius Avant, the father of Nicole and Maya, he came back to the show yesterday, along with his wife, Anna Maria Horsford, who plays Vivian. They came back to the show yesterday to see their daughter and granddaughter. Also coming up, you have on June 8th, which is tomorrow, the return of Dan Martin, who plays Lieutenant Baker, the cop who always likes to eat. If you're familiar with him, he's gonna be back on the show June 8th tomorrow and Friday June 9th. Also coming on is Jeffrey Kennedy, who plays Detective Edwards. He'll be on the show for Thursday, June 8th as well. Um, Now, there's some rumors going around. These rumors have been around for a while that some soap operas, the remaining four soaps, are looking to be canceled. Um, General Hospital, I hear, is on the chopping block. B&B, Y&R. Well, mostly B&B, General Hospital, and Days have been on the chopping block for cancellation. Y&R, I haven't heard anything about a cancellation for them because CBS fucking loves Y&R. Y&R is still the number one daytime series. I believe they've been number one for 25 years, so they're not going anywhere. But General Hospital, Days, and B&B are definitely on the chopping block. Um, the thing is, 60 there was a poll online and 60% actually don't want these shows canceled, and they also want One Life to Live back. They want All My Children back, and there's been rumors that Netflix may pick them up and try to figure out what they want to do with that. I hope Netflix could get that done, because we know the networks like ABC, they're not going to bring AMC or One Life to Live back, but they could license them out to Netflix, and Netflix, if they're interested, could pick it up. um I think what needs to happen on daytime is we need fresh storylines, modern storylines, stuff that kind of makes sense and that relates to today. I think that's what's lacking in daytime today. That's part of the problem in daytime. They need more modern storylines. Um, Once they get that, I think they'll be good. But I'm rooting. As let me tell you something. As long as soap operas are on television, I will continue to support General Hospital. I don't care how bad the writing is, whatever. I'll continue to support. I watch all four of them, so I'll continue, to support because I grew up with this stuff. So, it's like a part of me in a way. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the first edition of SoapBuzz TV. I will see all of you later. Have a good one. See you all later.